channel Creative Isha. First of all, I give you a motivational code. Hope you guys like this code. The true meaning of life is to plant trees under whose shade you do not expect to sit. In fact, Earth is experiencing climate change on a scale and pace never been seen since our species has been on the planet, and we are causing it by pumping more hot tapping carbon into the atmosphere than Earth's natural systems can take out. Now, fixing a problem as massive as climate change is gonna take a ton of different solutions, but more and more people are asking if trees might be a big part of the answer. For the past 370 million years or so, there have been one of the major ways Earth sucks excess carbon out of the atmosphere and steer it away. And along with green plants and algae, this natural technology captures carbon better and cheaper than any human technology. We are covered with so far, but can trees actually make a big enough difference in cleaning up our mess? Or are we well walking up the wrong tree? Well, imagine this. It's dawn, it's dark, and you don't know what kind of weather is waiting for you outside your tent. It doesn't matter anyway, in rain, sleet, snow, or boiling heat. You are on the front lines, shovel in hand, wearing over 20 kg of gear, battling against nature to save the environment. On a good day, you might plant 2000 trees in a 10-hour shift. But imagine if you had to do this every day for the next 570,000 years. Can you do this? Before start our scenario, if you don't subscribe to my channel, just subscribe. Okay, let us start our video. And here is what would happen if we planted 1 trillion trees. It's true, tree planting is no picnic. Up north, it would be uncommon for a tree planter to be on their own hands to keep them from freezing tree. Planting is undoubtedly one of the world's hardest jobs. So, why would anyone do it? Because if they did it, life would be much worse for everyone. Since 1900s, Earth average temperature has risen by 1 degree. That doesn't sound like much, but just wait till you feel it. If our planet becomes just 2 degrees hotter than it was in the 20th century, heat waves, flooding, crop failure, and animal extinction will be commonplace. Doing nothing about it would just be reckless, demonstrating extreme indifference not just to human life but to all life on Earth. You might even call it a second degree murderer. Some ideas that have been put forward for cooling the planet include a giant space umbrella to shield Earth from the sun, or a giant space mirror to reflect sun rays back into space. Meanwhile, back on Earth, we already got trees that absorb the harmful common emissions that warm our planet while also expanding oxygen so that we can breathe. Problem is we just don't have enough of them to do the job while the world is currently home to roughly 3 trillion trees. We lost about 10 million of them every year, and as a mind expert, we become more efficient and stripping our forests than we are at replanting them. If we planted a trillion trees, we could offset a decade's worth of those emissions, time that we urgently needed. But it will truly require international efforts to realize this goal. If every human on Earth planted just 115 trees, we could meet our 1 trillion tree goal quite easily. But that's just not very realistic. And while the world's tree planters work long, hard days to pick up the slack, there still are not enough of them to get the job done in time. A study at Yale University concluded that if we continue our current rate of deforestation without planting more trees, our planet will be completely treeless within 300 years. Before we revisit the space umbrella idea, let us consider some of the more workable options that are on the table. Tree planting drones, for example, can plant up to 100,000 trees a day, the equivalent of about 15 veteran tree planters. And while a lot of students take up tree planting as a profitable summer job, the more innovations ones have found other ways to cash in. But whether we do it by drones or by robots, it's time to bring out the big guns in the battle for our planet. Planting a trillion trees is still far ahead in our future. But did you know what our world would look like without them? Well, that is a story for another. This is Creator Fast. If you like this video, just subscribe, like, share. Bye everyone.